It's my number and my address. I'm gonna leave it here on the table.
Was that guy?
Go away.
Okay, okay. If you haven't seen the movie Eat, Pray, Love, maybe that intro was a little bit confusing. Long story short, it's about a woman who's going through a divorce and she decides to travel to all the corners of the world to chase her dreams and to start a new life. Basically a little bit like what we are doing.
We are Nick and Linz. For the last 5 years, we have been traveling to some of the most amazing nature places on the planet. And now we embarked on an epic journey to experience naturism in every continent of the world. Subscribe and travel along with us. Right now, we are in Asia.
The reason why we've been messing around with shots from the Eat, Pray, Love movie is because Bali is one of the places that she visits, and more specifically Ubud, where we happen to be now.
Ubud seems to work like a magnet for people who are a little bit stuck in life. You have a lot of health retreats, yoga centers, massage salons, basically everything that you need to be a little bit more inner balanced.
Some people will probably disagree with us, but none of these things are actual magic. If you are not willing to make a change in your life, you can take as many massages and yoga classes as you want. It won't make a difference.
But you will be more relaxed.
Okay, yeah, you will be more relaxed.
Yeah, and you will be more fit.
Okay, yeah.
And also you will be more...
Okay, I get it. Maybe it does make a little bit of change, but if you really want a whole new life, then you will have to take the first step. Then it will be up to you.
Until 6 years ago, we had a pretty good life in Belgium. We had friends and families, we had hobbies, we had corporate jobs, corporate cars, corporate phones. In the eyes of everybody else, we had it all figured out. It wouldn't take us long before we would buy a house, have some kids and some pets running around, and live the same life for the next 50 or so years.
What seemed like the perfect life to many started to scare the hell out of us. We were haunted by the question, is this it? Is this what our life will look like for the next decades to come? Once the idea was planted in our heads, there was really no way back. We wanted to know what else is out there. We wanted to see the world where we were still young and energetic and not when we retire. If we are lucky to retire at all.
This is where the dreaming starts. You start dreaming about all these countries that you could visit, all the places that you could visit, all the people that you could meet, all the food that you could eat, all the lives that you could live. And then it gets more practical. You actually start Googling all these places. You start Googling the countries, you're watching YouTube videos, you read blog posts, you look into flights, and it really comes that close that you can almost taste it and touch it. And right after that, the most difficult part begins, making the decision. Are we really gonna do this? Are we really gonna quit our jobs, sell all our belongings, leave friends and family behind to move to a place where we don't know anybody and have nothing? Next to your own doubts comes the concerns of friends and family. They literally start questioning your dream. Are you really gonna do this? What if you run out of money? What if you get hurt? What if this? What if that? What if? 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 It's not that they don't trust you. They don't trust this scary world out there. They don't trust change and they don't like change. Also, why would you do something like this and change your life if you're not that unhappy?
You had to see the look on their faces when we told them that we were going to travel the world and visit nature's places and write blog posts about them. But our minds were set at ease. We believed in things like you only regret the things that you didn't do and don't postpone adventure because you're never sure what's gonna happen. Think of all the fat ladies who waved away the cake cart on the Titanic.
That last one is a quote from Eat, Pray, Love, by the way.
This is what I really like about Bali. You can find all these picturesque spots everywhere. The weeks or even months before the first day of our new lives are not much more than a blurry memory. We remember saying goodbye, we remember tears, we remember smiles, and also the uncertainty that would hit us late at night and ask the question, was this really a good idea? What if everybody was right and we are wrong?
Embracing something new also means embracing your own fears and embracing the unknown. But in the end, what's the worst that could happen? It's not that we were banned from Belgium or anything. Like, if we would ever get homesick or something very unfortunate would happen to us, we could always go back and start over. Start over on that corporate ladder, maybe a couple of steps lower than before, but at least we would know that we were on the right ladder. And we would know because we tried.
But that didn't happen. The moment we stepped on the airplane, we felt that we had made the right choice. This was the first day of our new life, and it was so much fun.
The best part of drastically changing your life is that everything is new again. You feel like a toddler who just learned to walk and take its first steps outside in this scary world. You taste all these new foods and you hear all these new languages. In the past, we used to run around and walk around on autopilot, but now we are living with our eyes wide open.
We love the idea of intentional homelessness. Being homeless has such a negative undertone because everybody immediately thinks of those poor people outside of Central Station. But intentional homelessness is something completely different. It's the choice to not have a home. It's complete freedom.
I got to admit, this was scary at the beginning too. Not the part of not having a home, but not having a place to retreat to. Not having a cocoon to escape or hide from the world. But we just quickly learned that we can create that cocoon everywhere we want. If we decide that today is gonna be a day that we're gonna be inside, we close the curtains and we watch Netflix, we can do that from a hotel room.
We soon started to realize that things don't really bring happiness, but memories do. So the fewer things we have, the more easily we can just drag them around the world to make memories.
Everything we have fits in 2 backpacks of around 20 kilos each. It's not much, but we do value the stuff that we have so much more than in the past. For example, I can just put my hand in my backpack and just feeling the fabric of my clothes, I know that this is my green dress. How cool is that?
Of course, it's not always gonna be lollipops and rainbows, and some things might not be like you've dreamed them.
Or like you've seen them in the movies.
The market in Ubud seems to have lost a little bit of its authenticness since they recorded Eat, Pray, Love.
Imagine that you are looking for your inner peace and then you end up in a tourist market like this. I think it's way better where we are staying. Sometimes we just go into town to remember how great we have it where we are staying. This is the Bali from the magazines. It's full with rice fields, nice houses, authentic houses. It's full with farmers who are working the land with cozy bars.
The 6 years that we've been doing this have definitely not always been perfect. We've been having our ups and downs, we had our rainy days, we arrived in places that we really didn't like. And sometimes it all gets just too much and we think, what the hell are we doing here? We even got robbed once.
Actually, it's 3 times if you also count the robberies by animals.
And there were times when business wasn't going very well, or that we have been sick, or that we were lonely. But the thing is that none of these things are directly related to how we are living. They could easily have happened in Belgium as well.
And none of it weighs up to all the things that we've learned along the way and all the things that we've did.
Over there is our favorite bar in Ubud. Hello! This is our favorite bar lady.
Bintang, see? This is #1 one here in Bali.
Thank you. The other day we got a message from somebody who asked us if we are trust fund kids. Well, I can tell you we had to look up what it means, and apparently those are children of really rich parents. Well, I can tell you we are definitely not.
Unfortunately.
Unfortunately indeed. We saved up quite some money to start with all of this, and then from there we just figured out ways to earn a living while we are traveling. And we are not rich by any means, and in fact a couple of times we almost reached a level of being pretty broke, but we always found ways to work it out.
The worst time was when COVID started. Our whole business concept is based on the fact that we can travel from one place to another, and all of a sudden that fell completely apart. No more money was coming in. We always believed in the fact that we wanted to give our content for free, but now we had to ask our community for help. So we started a Patreon account, and something magical happened. People who we've never met before gave us $5, $10, $20, $50 just to keep us going. Even now, still today, strangers give us financial support so we can keep creating content.
And this makes us wonder, if we had lost our corporate jobs back in the day, how many people would have supported us to stay on our feet? We do miss our friends and family, but thanks to the choices that we made, we created a whole new community of people who care about us. But that is because we actually made the choices and because we took the risks to do what we do.
We wanted to film a little bit more inside of the bar, but a lot of people came and they turned on the music, so we had to be flexible. The thing is, a lot of people tell us that they would love to live a life like ours, but they can, and so can you. We are not that different from any other person. We are not that special. If you have a mortgage, you can just sell your house. If you have a loan or loans, you can adjust your lifestyle and pay them off. If you have children, just take them with you. You have international schools everywhere around the world.
The question you want to ask yourself is, do you really want this? Are you willing to step out of your comfort zone to make a change? And are you willing to take the risk that maybe it's not going to be all the way you dreamt it? And are you willing to live with the fear that maybe one day it will just all blow up in your face? We believe in the idea that it's better to try and fail than to never try at all. But that's very personal. Maybe for you it's something completely different.
Was your answer to all the previous questions yes? Then we will be the first one to encourage you and to take that plunge. But we just have to warn you. There is no rehab program for being addicted to freedom. Once you've tried it, it will be very, very hard to go back to your previous life. You are warned.
We hope that we've been able to inspire you in one way or another. And this is also quite a different video than we are used to make. So we would really appreciate your feedback on all of this. Maybe leave it in the comments. And other than that, in our next video, we are going to explore a new nature resort in Bali. Another new nature resort.
Yeah.
So if you don't want to miss that,
make sure to subscribe to our channel. And if you like this video, also please give us a like. And if you are taking a plunge in the near future and you want us to be on the front of you, I encourage you to take that plunge. Please leave it in the comments and we definitely will. So we just see you in our next video on a new nature resort in Bali.
bye bye.